Infidelity in contemporary stories is built on the idea that the partner getting cheated on deserves it. They are horrible people. Either they are abusive towards our protagonist, or they actually cheated first. A second option is the case of Hallmark movies, where the partner getting cheated on is a hardworking person who postponed Christmas to close an important deal, or something like that. In both cases, the infidelity is excused by the authors or scriptwriters. After all, workaholics and abusive cheats deserve what's coming to them. Obviously, this leaves out a third conspicuous option. The person being cheated on could just be a normal husband or wife, loving and caring towards our protagonist. 1945's Brief Encounter is a masterpiece of British cinema whose heartbreaking plot is built on this third option. 1945 is a rather violent year. The battles of Okinawa and Iwo Jima happened this year. Dresden is leveled by the Allied forces. The bombings of Nagasaki and Hiroshima reveal to the world that we have officially crossed the line. Major conflicts in the future could mean the end of all civilization. The Nazis are defeated, Hitler commits suicide, and the UN Charter is signed. A new world order is established. My country of Kenya is still under British rule and will be for the next 18 years. This means my time traveling will take me nowhere near my motherland. I'll go elsewhere and hang around cinemas like a ghost, hoping to catch glimpses of some of the best movies of all time. This week's film time travel delight is Brief Encounter. The movie was released in November 1945, which is perfect for a time traveler like me, as London is no longer under the Blitz. Brief Encounter is a 1945 film directed by David Lean. He would go on to direct The Bridge on River Kwai, Dr. Zhivago, and Lawrence of Arabia. We are in good hands, and it shows as soon as the movie starts. The story is magnificently heartbreaking, the acting is first class, and the directing is generational. One Thursday evening, Laura, our protagonist, has a chance meeting with Alec, who's a doctor. The next Thursday they meet in town, chat for a few seconds, before heading off in different directions. Their next meeting is in a restaurant, which ends with them watching a movie together. It is here that the affair truly starts. Over the course of the movie, we watch as these two married characters fall in love, realize they are falling, and by the end, they are heartbroken as they realize they need to part if their lives are to go back to normal. At 1 hour and 26 minutes, this is a rather short movie. However, the emotional weight of its subject matters stays with you for much longer. It is one of the greatest movies of the 1940s, and unlike the haze-coded romances of America, this one manages to broach a taboo subject without needing to kill off its main characters at the end. The script is poetic. I was watching it with subtitles, as I am a subtitles addict, and I kept marveling at how well written the movie was. If you're obsessed with the construction of words like I am, you will love listening to the narration, and you'll most definitely be enamored with the dialogue. As an example, look at this narration from the start of the movie, after Laura and Alec part. This is a rather bittersweet romance. Laura and Alec aren't adventurous characters who set out to cheat on their spouses. Instead, they are kidnapped by circumstance, like dislodged rocks being dragged down a waterfall. They get interested in each other, and then they can't stop seeing each other. By the time they realize what has happened, it's too late. Both of them are married. Both of them have children, and from the looks of things, both of them have loving spouses. Consequently, from the outset, the romance feels punishing. It gives them happiness, but it's greatly corrupted by sadness. They know that if they were to go for it, if they were to truly abandon everything to pursue the romance, the consequences would be too overwhelming for them to bear. Philosophizing doesn't erase love. And regardless of how much time they spend trying to think their way out of the romance, they realize that it will soon consume them. Alec decides to go away to South Africa with his family. He knows he will continue loving Laura, but at least this way he'll be far away. After Alec leaves, Laura momentarily considers suicide, just to stop herself from drowning in grief. At the start of her narration, Laura declares that this shouldn't have happened to her. After all, she's an ordinary woman who's happily married. She has a loving and supporting husband, and together they have 2 sweet children. It is the reason she's fighting hard against her newfound love. She doesn't want to introduce chaos into her life. And yet, if it wasn't for Alec leaving, she would have been helpless. The last scene of the movie is of Laura's husband, Fred, thanking her for coming back to him. This to me is more heartbreaking than the scene where Alec leaves her at the train station cafe. How did Fred know? Did someone tell him? After all, one of her friends had seen her and Alec drinking champagne in a restaurant. There's a great likelihood that Fred had known for a while. Laura had stated that Fred was the only one who was kind enough and wise enough to understand her story. The entire movie is a narration directed at him. She's imagining how she'd be able to tell her husband that she had fallen for someone else. If the husband already knew, this elevates my opinion of him, an opinion that was already high. Instead of going all out and verbally attacking her, he simply embraces her and thanks her for not leaving him. I dislike movies where the protagonist cheats on their partner and the audience has to sympathize with them. The source of my hatred is the excuses this movie offers for their protagonist's infidelity. I covered these excuses in my introduction. Brief Encounter offers no excuse. Laura and Alec are mature and self-aware. They know what they are doing. They know their spouses don't deserve to be hurt, and yet they cannot break from the spell that fate has cast on them. In the end, Alec takes a job in Johannesburg. He has to get away from her. She had asked him to help her break the spell, and distance seems to be the best antidote. This is a self-awareness that makes it easy to go along with their romance. Even when they almost crossed the line, it is clear that they understood what they were about to do. Consequently, they don't depend on the scriptwriters to turn us into their accomplices. There is a nostalgic glow about the train station cafe. It's where Laura and Alec meet, it's where their affair germinates, and it's where they euthanize it. I love this setting quite a lot. It feels as cozy as the library that Laura and her husband spend time in. I don't have much else to say about it. I just like its vibe. Brief Encounter came out the same year as I Know Where I'm Going. Both are gems of British cinema. However, in construction and execution, Brief Encounter is the superior movie. It is mature, patient, timeless, and heartbreaking. It's also one of the few movies that properly handle the theme of marital infidelity.